Hi there guys, I'm Nikhil from Notion Hub, and in this video, I'll be showing you the most important tips and tricks for your Mi 10. By the way guys, I'll also be making a dedicated video for the best features where I'll be showing you all the features offered by this phone, so definitely check out that video, link will be in the description. Now with that said, first I want to start off with the navigation gestures or the full screen gestures. So to enable that, you need to go to settings and then select additional settings, then select full screen display. Now select full screen gestures and you're done. Now to go to the home screen, swipe from the bottom of the screen. For recent tabs, swipe and hold. And to go back a step, swipe from the left side or right side and it takes you back a step. Now besides these gestures, you can also swipe and hold to quickly switch between the current application and the previous application. So here's a preview once again. So those are the navigation gestures and they work really well. Now let's see some of the important camera related features. So this is the interface for the rear camera. To switch to the wide angle camera, click on this toggle over here, and you also have a toggle on the right side which is 2x zoom. Now this is a digital zoom, not optical zoom. This phone doesn't have a telephoto lens, so it's just like taking a picture and zooming it in. So I would rather prefer you to take picture using the primary camera instead. Next, this phone also has a dedicated macro mode and you can enable it from here. You also have AI mode and you can enable it or disable it from here. Now if we go to video recording, we can record video in 8K resolution on this phone. And to record 8K video, just enable that toggle. This one also has a steady mode which super stabilizes the footage, and for that, enable this toggle. And now you can get a super stable footage. Now besides that, we can also record video using the macro camera, and that's the toggle for that. Besides that, we also have a dedicated mode called short video. Using this feature, we can record small videos, edit the timeline speed, and we also have filters like these. So it's better to show with the front camera. So these are the different filters, and they all look pretty cool. Now besides that, I would recommend you to go to settings, and once you're in settings, make sure you disable this particular toggle. So if you have enabled this particular toggle, all the images taken on your phone, all the images that you take on this phone will be compressed and saved in this particular format, and some PCs or some softwares might not support it. So if you want regular JPEG images, just disable it. By the way, this phone has a 108 megapixel primary camera, but by default it uses pixel binning to compress the image. If you want to take a 108 megapixel picture, you need to use this mode. Next, we have the portrait mode. On this phone, we can also change the amount of background blur effect you want before taking a picture using this slider. The same feature applies even for portrait selfies. So before you take a picture or before you take a portrait selfie, you can change the amount of background blur effect you want. So that's pretty cool. Next, we also have a dedicated night mode for the rear camera. Yes, this phone has a dedicated night mode, but only for the rear camera. It doesn't work for the front-facing camera, but for some reason, Xiaomi has added in slow motion video recording for the front-facing camera. And here's a quick preview. So that's a small clip, and here we go. So that's slow motion video recording using the front-facing camera. And the footage looks pretty decent as well.
Next, you can launch Google Assistant with power button. Once you enable this toggle, you can press and hold the power button for half a second to launch Google Assistant. You can press and hold for a few more seconds to access the power menu. Next, we have dark mode. Once you enable dark mode, system UI elements change to dark mode, even the stock apps change to dark theme, and some of the third-party apps also change to dark mode. You can also schedule it to turn on and turn off at the same time every day. Next, you can change refresh rate of this phone. This phone comes with 90 Hz refresh rate. To get a consistent experience, I'd suggest you to put it at maximum refresh rate. Next, we have few things in camera. If you see watermark in your photos, you can disable the toggle device watermark, and if you take a photo now, there won't be any watermark on the photo. You can even customize the watermark and edit the text to your name. Now, you can also disable the toggle camera sounds, so there won't be any shutter sound while taking a picture. Next, we have screenshots. You can press power button and volume down button at the same time to take a screenshot. Now that works on most Android phones, but now if that's a bit difficult for you, or you just want an easier way, you have 3-finger screenshot. Once you enable this, just swipe down on the screen with 3 fingers to take a screenshot. Next we have long screenshot. To take a long screenshot, you can either use buttons or the gesture, and the preview pop-up will appear on the screen. Now tap on scroll, and it will start taking a long screenshot. Next we have split screen mode. You can open split screen from recent apps page. Just tap and hold on the app in recent apps page and select split screen. You can also use a shortcut. In open split screen options, once you select long press the menu button, you can tap and hold on the recent apps button or the menu button to open the current application in split screen mode. this is much convenient way. Next, we can enable split screen for all apps. As all apps don't support split screen, you can enable that by going to About Phone page and then tap on MIUI version few times. Now the developer options are enabled. Go to additional settings and here you can find developer options. Now scroll down and enable this toggle called force activities to be resizable. Now once you restart the phone, all apps will open in split screen mode. Next, we have display screen on time or sleep time. From these settings, you can select the duration after which the display sleeps. Next, we can show memory status. Once you enable this toggle, it will show the current RAM usage in the recent apps page. Next, we can display battery percentage and network usage. In settings, it will give you few options. Only icon without percentage, percentage inside icon, percentage outside icon. You can choose any one based on your preference. Now if you enable this toggle, show connection speed, it will show the real-time network usage on the status bar. Next, you can change default launcher. Now from here you can change the default launcher of your phone. Next, you can change default apps. Now from here you can change your default browser, phone dialer, messaging app, etc. Next, this phone has app lock. Here you can select the apps you want to lock and then just go to its settings and enable the toggle for fingerprint and face unlock. Now you can use pattern or fingerprint or face unlock to unlock an application. Here's a quick preview. So guys, these are the most important tips and tricks for your MI phone. If I missed out on anything important, do let me know by commenting below this video. And if you are planning to buy this phone, use the link in the description, it always helps the channel. If you want us to make any specific video, reach out to us with the hashtag AskGreeTech on Twitter and we'll try to make it as soon as possible. I'm Unknown from Notion Hub. Meet you in the next one.